Robert Kudrass. Welcome on stage.
Yeah, thank you for your invitation and also for the nice first words and the introduction of my person. My topic today is how automated processes can increase customer satisfaction. As you may have heard before, Discounter is a leading online pharmacy in Germany, and we are really highly automated. And there was some step why we did that, and for that reason I want to show what is the drive of Discounter and what was the reason for automation and which steps of automation we already experienced. But let me go through to the agenda for the next couple of minutes. Can we have the agenda, please? The next slide, or is it here? Should be automated. No. Okay. Great. Yeah, first of all, I want to give you an idea what Discounter is and how it developed within the last years. Second, I want to give the basic idea of Discounter. That means what is our aim, what is our really drive where we want to go to. A third point is the development, which steps we experienced at the topic of automation in our warehouse, but not only in the warehouse. You will see that I want to give you a 360 perspective of automation. It's not only about warehouse, but also about loads of other processes we could automate. Then fourth, the effects. What special effects can have automation to the customer, but also to the company which automize? And last but not least, the sources. Which sources do we have for creating new processes and to automize these processes? So, first of all, what is Discounter? Where is Discounter standing for? Discounter is an online pharmacy which was founded in 2004. This is a really crucial date, 2004, because in that year the German legislation changed and every pharmacy were able to deliver to a customer. So the customer needed to go to the pharmacy itself or himself, but he can also order by mail order or by catalog and so on. We are located in the south of Leipzig. It's more or less the center of Germany. You may see the dot between Dresden, Magdeburg and Erfurt, that's Leipzig. Leipzig is really interesting because there are loads of logistic company there. You may know BMW, you may know Porsche or DHL. Luckily not Volkswagen is there, so we have a clean air. Yeah, we have roughly 13,000 stock keeping units in our stock permanently, and we proceed roughly 7,000 to 10,000 orders a day, but we have the capacity for 30,000 orders a day. So we are able, with our technique today, to consign roughly 30,000 orders a day. We have about 110 employees, but only 35 employees are employed in our warehouse. The rest is like marketing, like the purchasing department, like the accounting, and so on. Yeah, we deliver all over Europe, but our main market today is Germany. Our next markets besides Germany is Austria. So we have also an Austrian appearance and also a Polish appearance, and we are since a couple of weeks also available in China. What is our USP? There are three main USP we do have. The first of all is the next day delivery. If a customer is ill, he really needs his medication and he needs this really fast. So the next day delivery is really crucial in the pharmaceutical online market. Then the second USP we have is the price. Due to the reason that pharmaceuticals are really transparent in Germany, because every SKU has its own number and you can compare each number, you can compare the prices of each number, so you can compare also the competitors. You need a really low price or a really fair price. And last but not least, customer first is our mentality. That means that we haven't only the drive to say, okay, we have a next day delivery and really good prices, but we also care about the customer. This means that we have customer consolation. That means that we have some side processes for the customer services and other services also for returns, for example. But the word of Abo-Discounter, or let me better say the Abo-Discounter group, consists of more than Abo-Discounter.de, which is our main brand market or main brand. We have in our word also Abo-Discounter Apotheke.de, which means pharmacy.de, Apotheke Online.de, Apotheke AT, which is our Austrian brand, Abo-Discounter PL, our Polish shop appearance, and Apolux. But we are also available on some marketplaces like Amazon or eBay, and really new at Tmall Global, which is a Chinese marketplace. Yeah, as I stated some minutes before, every pharmacy had the chance up from 2004 to start into the online market because of the change of the legislation. And the market grew really, really fast and really, really good. So we had growing rates about 30–40% each year. And with this growing rate, we came to a certain point after 2 years where we said, okay, we can't do this, or we can't manage this manually anymore, because we have more than 400 orders a day, and to make this manually is really costly. So we stand on a certain decision point, and at this decision point we had to face 4 main questions, and you see these questions we had to answer by ourselves there. The first question was, will our business grow or extraordinary within the next few years? We had a look to other markets like the US market or like the British market, and we saw there is a growing rate because we are an online-based pharmacy, and in 2006, where we had these questions in front of us, in 2006, 2007, the online penetration wasn't that high that in the US. So we could see, okay, in the US we have roughly 17%, 18% of online penetrations or online orders at this market, and we only had 4. So there's a huge gap. And so we could answer the first question with yes. Yes, there will be an extraordinary growth. The second question we had to face was, is our product range automizable? So we are selling medicine, cosmetics, some dietary supplements, and dietary supplements, medicine, cosmetics are items which have roughly the same shape. So they are boxes, sometimes tins, whatever, but they have a certain size, not bigger than maybe 20, 30 centimeters, regularly 10 centimeters. So they are more or less small, they are in box form, and they have, what is really, really good for us, a certain EAN, so barcode, which you can scan, and for that reason, this range, the product range itself, our products can be automized, can be handled by automats. This third question we had to face were, do we have standard processes, or can we implement standard processes? Why this question is so crucial? Because if you have a standard process, you can have a look on this process and see which part of the process can be automized and which have to be, or which has to handle manually. And due to the reason that German legislation requires a process and a quality management, we already had to have some of these process steps and documentation, and we saw, okay, there is the possibility to automate. Last but not least, was a question for us regarding our customers. This was, do we want to offer a next day delivery for only 400 customers or at least 10,000 customers? This corresponds with the first questions, and we said, okay, 400 orders a day we can manage, but not 10,000. So we are not scalable. If we want to scale our processes, if we want to scale our growth, then we have to automate. So these 4 yes we figured out were the basic for automation. So let's come then to our basic idea and, of course, with this basic idea of our vision. If we have the possibility to automate, then we should have a vision for the future, for the next 5 or 10 years, which gives a main aim for us and for the customer. And this vision was that every customer really shall receive his order on the same day in his own hands. This sounds maybe a bit crazy because you have the time of delivery and you have to process the order and so on. But we thought and we still think that automation allows us to aim to get this aim. So the vision needs automation. So let's come to the 360-degree perspective of automation. In 2006, 2007, we said, okay, we need automation. So with what should we start? Of course, with the main and key process in our warehouse, because if you want to be fast, you need a really good structure within your warehouse. So we started to buy robots, to buy automats, and so on. After a couple of years, beginning from 2010 and 2011, we came into the part that we had to also automate our communication to the customer and to some service processes. This actually was also the year where Klarna came to us, and we started our business together with Klarna. This part was the question for us, if the customer has a certain requirement, and it's every time the same requirement, why not automate that? And concentrate in the long way of the really consolation of our customer. If a customer has a unique request, for example, then we can handle this manually. If the customer has a standard question or a standard request, then we can or we should try to automate that. And finally, up from 2012, 2013, we came into a new phase of automation, and this I would call is a big data-driven automation. This is the automation of some sub-processes like marketing and quality processes. Sub-processes, not because they are not important, they are really important, of course, but sub-processes because they are not the core processes we have in our warehouse, for example. So let me give some examples of the first error we have seen just some seconds before. The tin and wire-based automation, which we started up from 2007, means that we bought some box erectors, box sealers, consignment machines, conveyors, conveyor belts, loading robots, and so on. That's more or less tin and wire. You have some robots, you have an order, and you connect these robots together, and then you will have a certain process step automized. That's not so easy like it sounds, but it's a core process and it's a stupid process. The second step, as I stated it before, is the automation of the customer service. So the customer triggers some actions, and these customer triggered actions can be automized. You see it, for example, by if you have a phone call to a company, there's an IVR menu, so you have to dial a 1 or 2 if you want to go deeper in the structure. This is such an example for automation within the customer service. Automized email answers and the more or less automation of returns and refund systems is also really important. And of course, the automation of payments. If you have a customer, he don't really want to care about the payment. He should pay, obviously, but he don't want to care about. What he's caring about is his medicine. So if there is something going wrong or everything is going good, he wants in every process step a fast step into the payment, or a fast possibility to pay or to refund or get the money back if we have the refund. The third part is about the big data-driven part. In the second part, the customer triggers the automation. In the third part, the data itself triggers automation. That means that the data we have in our databases can be collected, can be sorted, and the result can be trigger a new action to our warehouse, a new action for our customer service. This means, for example, in the marketing way, we have dynamic pricing, or also dynamized marketing campaigns like newsletter campaigns, special offers, bid management for search engine marketing. We have quality management reports and also business reports which are coming automized to ourselves. And what is really, really important for a warehouse, we have a permanent inventory. So you only need to press a button and you get your inventory the next second. That's really important. The active invention of a database-driven automation means that in case of an incident, let's say that the customer gets a broken delivery, or not all is inside in this or in his own order, then you can add a new process automatically. If the customer says, or the delivery service says, okay, we have a problem with the order, then we can say, okay, we will deliver a new one. So from our perspective, it is really the next step, this data-driven automation in automation itself. So the next developments will be in data-driven automation. So what have the customer for advantages by automation? First of all, convenient prices, because you can scale. If you can scale, you can lower prices because you can do a mass purchasing. Then a solid, reliable, and fast delivery service. If you have automation, you have standard processes, and these processes are approved. So a customer can rely on this process, and can rely that he gets the order he took place. The individual customer consulting is then done manually. So if you have an automation, you can concentrate on an individual consulting for the customer, which is really important for a pharmaceutical market or for a pharmacy. Last but not least, the fast access to standard information for the customer is also driven by automation, obviously. So I've over time, so I have to hurry up. Which sources do we have for automation or to automize processes? The first source, obviously, is market adoptions. The market, the pharmaceutical market, is a really fast-growing one, but it's a really fast-changing one. So if there is a competitor, for example, or no new product, and this competitor or new product needs a new process, then we should look at this process and automate this process. The customer needs, of course, this is also a theme for automation. If the customer has new requirements, if the customer has new needs, we should take care of them. And then the first step is to try to handle this manually, to set this in several steps, process steps, and then automate all the steps, or at least some of these steps. Then annoyed employees. I like really annoyed employees because they give us the chance to ask, what don't you like at your job? Is this a repetitive action you have to do every day or every minute or whatever? Or is it a really boring thing you have to do? And loads of the employees says, yeah, there is one. And then we figure this out, and then we try to automate it or make it better. Last but not least, legal requirements. The pharmaceutical market is a really is a really high way around. The pharmaceutical market is a market in which the authorities have really a hand on. So we have to document everything, we have to make audits together with the authorities and so on. And if legal requirements change, then you have to change your automation, but you also have the possibility to show that's everything okay. And that's a really big thing. Let me finish, because at the end, to sum up what ABDiscounter stands for within, or what we think automation is important for. We think that automation is the only key to a customer in the mass market, and especially the automation which is big data driven will be the future for the mass market. So thank you for your attendance.
Thank you, Robert. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, so we can't ask any questions afterwards, but everyone please give Robert another round of applause. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Germany.